Welcome to another episode of Titan PI TV, where we're looking at the inside workings of a live operational investigation agency, that being here, Titan in Derby. We're also available where you download your podcasts as Titan PI TV. I am your host and Managing Director of Titan Private Investigation, Simon Henson. Welcome to another short episode of where we are discussing areas of our industry which you might find interesting or educational. So today we're going to discuss how much does it cost for me to become a private investigator. So the majority of work within the private investigation industry is in the form of surveillance. So you will need to attend and successfully complete a surveillance course. Titan has been delivering a 5-day surveillance course since 2017. The reason we started running our own training program is because we outgrew our operational demand, and we needed to future-proof that future operational demand by having a steady flow of operatives, new operatives, to be able to come and fulfill our work for us. So we started doing that in 2017. In 2020, we became the preferred surveillance training company for the IPI, the Institute of Professional Investigators, and since that day have teamed up and have been delivering the Titan course in association with the IPI, the Institute of Professional Investigators. So the course that we deliver is an industry recognised qualification set at an RQF4 level. This is effectively just above an A level, and you're doing it in 5 days. There's a lot of work. So if I go through the various options, to attend the Titan course delivered in association with the IPI is £1,200 including VAT. So that is for the 5-day course. If as a learner you want to go through the qualification and get an industry recognised qualification, then there is an admin fee which is payable to the IPI of £420. You do not have to do the qualification process. The qualification process is a completely personal decision to you whether you embark on it or not. You could attend the Titan 5-day surveillance course. As long as you reach the required standard, you will be signed off, and you will then be enrolled onto Titan's Grow Student Aftercare programme, which essentially is where we develop you and give you further work. If you decide to go for the RQF Level 4 qualification, your employment prospects are exactly the same. And the reason I say it's a personal choice is because you don't need to do it. If you want to come away from a course after spending £1,200, but with another £420, so £1,620 in all, inclusive of that, you can then have a piece of paper from Skills for Justice which states that you now have an RQF Level 4. There is no need for that. There is absolutely no need for that. So it is a personal decision on whether you embark on that. The only difference is, because it's a recognised qualification, everything needs to be evidence. So you'll have to fill out a workbook, and you have until 4 weeks after the course to complete that workbook, and you will use all of that 4 weeks because there's a hell of a lot of work to do to get that covered and to properly evidence it so it can be dip tested, etc. However, if you don't do the RQF Level 4, you will just be signed off verbally if you have reached the required standards, and we don't need to have all that written evidence as proof, and you can then go on to work just as you would if you had the RQF Level 4. So the structure of the course: each morning you'll have 2 to 3 hours theory input. The rest of the day we then go out and we put that theory into practice with an instruction rate of no less than 1 instructor to 3 students or learners. Day 1, so we're going to be looking at foot surveillance. Day 2, we're looking at foot surveillance but on public transport, so following a subject on public transport across 2 counties. Day 3, we're looking at mobile surveillance, so that's following a subject in a vehicle from a vehicle, and it really steps up a notch here because everything is happening so much quicker because we're driving and generally at speed. So instead of walking pace 4 miles an hour, we're now having to make snap decisions because we're driving at 30, 40, 50, 60, maybe even 70 miles an hour. Day 4, we go back to everything we've done. So we're covering foot surveillance, public transport and mobile, so there's no skill fade. And then Friday is what everyone's been waiting for. That is the final exercise, which is as close as we can get to an operational deployment. in the training environment. So everything is at a certain pace. It is a steep learning curve. However, the course, there is constant assessment throughout. You will have constant briefings throughout. So at the end of each day, you will have a debrief with your instructor. But throughout that day, whichever instructor you're with, you'll have little short debriefs, either one-to-one or as a group if there's learning for everybody. This enables you to know exactly where you are on the course. So it isn't weighted onto the final exercise. You're not going to perform well all week and then mess up on the final exercise and not get through the course. It's a learning process. We expect you to make mistakes. So let's have a look what's actually on the course. So I'll read this because there are 21 modules. Principles of surveillance, subject identification, communications, minimising risks, static observation points, supporting evidence, anti-surveillance, foot surveillance, public transport, mobile surveillance, stop and plot, loss procedures, car parks, motorway surveillance, motorcycle surveillance, the law, evidential logs, use and deployment of GPS vehicle trackers, preparing and planning surveillance operations, reconnaissance and operational orders. Everything we teach you on this course will allow you, if you finish on the Friday and reach the required standard, on the Monday, as long as you've got at least a camcorder, a covert camera and a suitable vehicle, there's no reason why you can't go out and start earning £25 an hour. So if you're interested in doing a Titan course, you want to become a private investigator, the main selling point of coming with Titan is that we can offer you work post-course. We are not a conveyor belt training provider. We only offer 4 courses a year. We've got one more in this year, which is in, 2 more, September and November. But generally we run them March, May, September and November each year. If you would like to come on one of our courses or would like to know more about it, then please feel free to drop us a call or click on the website www.titaninvestigations.co.uk. Thank you for listening to another episode of Titan PI TV. Please give us a thumbs up or subscribe so you don't miss further episodes. But also you can download us on podcast wherever you download your podcasts. Thanks again for listening.